Oh my goodness, this team, Leafs beat the Columbus Blue Jackets 5-2, more or less 4-2, but if you look at the final score, it would say 5-2 Leafs win, and this was a game that's showing the real character of the Toronto Maple Leafs of late. I am so proud of these guys. They are putting so much effort, so much push, so much fight in them. And they're finding ways to win. They go up, under 10 minutes in. Leo Komarov pots in his 12th goal of the year, assisted by Nazem Kadri. Kadri having a fantastic season. I mean, we've been talking about this guy all year long, how he's just been having a career year. Obviously, a career high in goals, career high in points. I mean, he's just having a really, really good year. Speaking of really, really good years, about 2 minutes after the Komarov goal, Austin Matthews scores his 33rd goal of the season, just one behind Wendell Clark for the rookie all-time goals leaders. Wendell Clark had 34 in his rookie season. Austin Matthews, as I said, 33, assisted by William Nylander and Jake Gardner. Gardner gets the assist on this one, leaves up 2-0. Now, we've seen this before. 2-0 lead's been blown. We've seen it many times. But they get out of the first period, 2-0. But 43 seconds in, David Savard scores, and it's a 2-1 game. 6 minutes after that, Brendan Saad scores his 21st, and we got a tie game. Not such a, right behind each other type of goals we're worried about. Usually it's 43 seconds and 2 minutes, right? It's so fast. But the Leafs didn't quit. Now, you got to think about this, right? A Columbus team, one of the top 3 teams in the Metro, right? That's for sure. They're at home, where they won 5 straight going into this game. And their crowd is booming. They just tied the game. They're fired up. Everyone's amped. But William Nylander gets a breakaway 13 minutes into that period and snipes it. Blocker side on Jonas Korpisalo, making it a 3-2 Leaf lead. And that's the type of team we are seeing now. We're not seeing a team that's just seeing that 2-goal lead evaporate and then they lose 4-2 or 6-2, where they just collapse. That's the old Leafs. That's the team we're used to seeing. This regime is different. They came right back and made a 3-2 game. Bang, they closed out the period. It was a 3-2 lead going into the third. Third period rolls around. Roman Polak hits Oliver Bjorkstrand from behind, and that's awful. That's not a penalty you should be taking in a 3-2 game. Did he deserve to get a 5 and an ejection? Yeah. That was a clear numbers, just a dirty hit. I think Bjorkstrand was bleeding on the play as well. And that's a tough penalty for the Leafs to take. 5-minute power play for the Columbus Blue Jackets. But you know what? The Leafs do a fantastic job killing that penalty off. I'm going to name a few guys, but I know there's more. Brian Boyle, Matt Hunwick did fantastic. Freddie Anderson obviously did fantastic. But one guy in particular, the new face, his first game as a Leaf, and I have been hoping that this guy would finally get some time, and he did in this one, and he made it work. Eric Fehr does a fantastic job on the penalty kill, blocking a couple shots. He's hurting, but he's still out there grinding it out. And that's a veteran presence right there. You're sitting up in the press box. You're so used to playing for other teams. You're in the Pittsburgh lineup, and you're up in the press box for a little while, sitting there. And a lot of Leaf fans are probably thinking, okay, let's try this guy out, And they try him out in this one, and man, did he work really, really well. He was hitting everybody. He was pretty decent on the face-offs. Obviously blocking some shots. I thought he was impressive. Just a great, great thing overall. And that led to the Leafs taking a 4-2 lead as Nazem Kadri, debatable offside. We couldn't see it. seems like the review center could not see it, or they found an angle that we couldn't see, obviously. But goal stands, Nazem Kadri with his 30th goal of the season. That is unbelievable. That is fantastic to see Nazem Kadri get his 30th. He has 54 points this season. He is having a ridiculous year. On both sides of the puck, too. He's just being an all-around really good player for this team. I'm proud of this guy. And Leo Komarov and Nikita Zaitsev grab assists on that goal. But it's still the Leafs. There's still 5 minutes to play. You're up by 2. But this team has changed the way they play a little bit. Because Nikita Zaitsev, just under 3 minutes left in the game, pots home the empty netter. And they've been shooting a lot of empty net. Have they been practicing that? Like shooting on the net from like your own end? Because in the Boston game, they had a couple like that. And then tonight, Nikita Zaitsev fires it from his own end and gets it in the net. His 4th goal of the season. He had a 2-point game. Zaitsev has 32 points in his rookie year as a Leaf. I mean, yes, he's a minus like 20-something, which is kind of scary. Well, then again, he's a minus 20 because he was a plus 3 in this one. But minus 20, that is not good. Him and Riley have had rough years in the plus-minus department. But that's 2 new guys learning how to play together. And that's just the growing process between these 2. And Jake Gardiner grabs the assist on that play as well. So Jake Gardiner with a couple assists in this one as well. He's also a plus 2. 36 points for Jake Gardiner. 36. And oh yeah, he's a plus 24. And I've been saying this all year. I don't get what the stat sheet's saying, but you know what? I don't care. Because it means Jake Gardiner's being productive, and that's what we care about. This team played a really good Columbus Blue Jackets team and fought and grinded and I mean, it was a back and forth game, but I'm not saying back and forth as in you come down, take a shot, back goes the other way. No, I'm talking about go down, spend 2 or 3 minutes in your zone, start crapping your pants, go in the other zone, 2 or 3 minutes. I mean, it really was a bunch of craziness going on in each end. But no, great game to watch. Great finish by the Leafs, and they're playing some pretty darn good hockey down the stretch. Us as Leaf fans are not used to this, but man, are we happy to see it. The Leafs have won 2 straight games. They beat Boston. They beat Columbus. They're 6-2-2 in their last 10 games. Now, I have a few things to talk about before we end off the video. One, the Islanders are playing the Rangers as we speak. Now, you guys will know probably what the result is of this game when you watch this video. But if the Islanders lose this game, the Leafs are 5 points up on the Islanders and 6 points up on the Tampa Bay Lightning. They would be in a very good situation if the Islanders find a way to lose tonight. And man, would that be nice. And oh yeah, with that win, the Leafs jumped the Boston Bruins for 3rd in the Atlantic Division with still a game in hand. Don't believe me? There you go. Let me see if I can angle this right. Top 3 teams in the division: Montreal, Ottawa, bang, Toronto. I love it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, such great things going on in Leafland right now. And the luck of other teams losing too has been very good. But the Leafs are doing their job as well. That's what the key is. Now, next up, the Leafs take on the New Jersey Devils tomorrow night. It's a back-to-back. Probably going to see McElhinney in net tomorrow now. The Leafs cannot take this team lightly. The moment they do that, the moment the Devils walk all over you. I know they're dead last in the Eastern Conference, but you can't. You got to keep that foot on the pedal, play like you did tonight in Columbus and against Boston. You have to play that way. If you don't, it's going to be a tough, tough night. Because you don't have Freddie, you've got McElhinney net. I'm not saying McElhinney's bad, but Freddie is playing ridiculously well and barely ever letting up 2 goals on him, which is ridiculous. McElhinney has not played in a little while, so he's going to get a start. Wouldn't surprise me, but you never know what what Babcock has up his sleeve. Man, I'm happy. So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video and you guys enjoyed this game, hit that like button. I really do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys thought of this game. Give me everything you thought about this one. And, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night, Raptors edition, as Raptors are in Miami taking on the Heat. Looking to rebound after the abysmal game against the Heat a little while ago. And also, like we've been saying, Leafs edition. Leafs back at home, taking on the New Jersey Devils. By the way, my Twitter will be in the description. We'll be talking about the game, both games tomorrow night. All right, so follow up, and we'll be having a grand old chat throughout the game. Let's go for three straight wins for the Toronto Maple Leafs. We'll see you guys then.